Okay, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Keysworn. Some of you may know me as Tanek127 Gaming, and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video, I'm not going to lie. We're going to rant. We're going to get spicy. We're going to get mean in today's video because, guys, I have had it. Now, before we get into today's video, if you want to stay up to date with all things Blade and Soul related to console, make sure you are liking today's video, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and let's go ahead and get right on into it. So notice in the intro I said, if you want to stay up to date with all things Blade and Soul related to console, alright? And I didn't say just straight up Blade and Soul console. Do you know why I'm not saying that? Because, like I've always said, and like I will continue to say, I don't trust NCSoft, okay? These guys just don't listen, alright? And before, it was, a thing of them just never following through with stuff, which they rarely did. I'm still surprised to this day that Throne and Liberty dropped on consoles and PC simultaneously. I'm still surprised that that happened, because how bad they are with console things. So, let me give y'all the story, before I get into it, okay? And if you want to skip ahead, I'll put a timestamp right here so we can just get into the main point of this video that I want to stretch into. But Blade and Soul has been rumored for consoles forever now. And guys, I mean forever. I'm literally talking, I first started covering the Blade and Soul console rumors when Onigiri was a thing on console. Y'all remember that little crappy running MMO Onigiri that was on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? Yeah, that's when these rumors started. And they weren't just rumors, alright? NCSoft had told their investors time and time again. They were working on a PlayStation 4 version. There were rumors that Blade and Soul was possibly going to be exclusive to Xbox because NCSoft was working out some type of deal to partner with Microsoft. There were all kinds of things going around. But the point is, right, a lot of it was rumors, yes. But we already had clarification that NCSoft had said this multiple times to their investors. I covered it multiple times. I'm not going to put the sources back up again because they're really old. But a lot of you guys who've been around, y'all know this and stuff already. Y'all have seen the videos. But if you haven't, just go and look up some of my old Blade and Soul console videos. I source, I cite everything, I share all the information, all of that good stuff. So, Blade and Soul, they have had time and time again to redeem themselves. Why they never brought the console, I have no idea. Why they told their investors they would and why they didn't, I have no idea. They haven't came out and said a word, alright? And if you are a person who knows NCSoft and you want MMOs on console, you know that there are two games that the console community has been begging NCSoft to bring to console. Blade and Soul, number 1, and Guild Wars 2 is number 2. Plain and simple, those are the console community's biggest wishes from NCSoft. And they don't move on either of these. They don't say a word. They don't acknowledge it. They did do investors for some odd reason, but especially, when it comes to Guild Wars 2, they ain't said a thing. There was a rumor of it one time that I covered, and we just never heard about it again. And the thing is, multi-platform gaming is the way to go. It's the success route now. I swear it's like Epic Games is the only ones that get it. And the only ones that ever act on it. Like, these boys saw the Switch too, and they were like, yo, get Fortnite ready for that thing day one. And guess what? Boom. Success. These guys are like, oh, brand new Nintendo console? More powerful? Cool. You know what? Well, sir, it might be a risk. I don't care. Put it on there. That's literally what their CEOs be like. And these guys get it. That's why they make money. Multi-platform is the thing. Even some of the gacha game makers are starting to get it, alright? That's why you're starting to see a lot more gacha games come out on PlayStation, PC, and mobile at the same time. Now, the gacha game makers are not fully in tune yet. I mean, MiHoYo's starting to get it because they're putting their games on Xbox now. And I'm pretty sure with the Switch 2 being more powerful, oh, that's MiHoYo's next target. But some of the gacha game makers are like, we'll just still do the PlayStation thing right now. But, at least they're catching on. Like, it's the games that want everyone playing their stuff that get it. Final Fantasy, even Square Enix, they get it. It took them a while, but even they said, yo, we're done with this exclusive crap. We're putting everything on everything. They even put Final Fantasy XIV on Xbox. Hence why it's the biggest MMO out right now next to World of Warcraft. Elder Scrolls Online, successful. Why? Because it's on everything. Oh, Warframe, successful. You know why? Because it's on everything. The First Descendant, successful. Because it's on everything. But some of you MMO devs and just developers in general just don't freaking get it. Now, here we are with 2 more Blade and Soul games. Blade and Soul Neo, did they bring out a console version? Of course not. And here we are with Blade and Soul Heroes. A very mobile-friendly, chibi-looking, UI-friendly, and definitely console-friendly looking game. And guess what they do? PC and mobile only. Oh boy. And now I'm not saying that Blade and Soul Heroes is the optimal Blade and Soul game that console players would want. But if I had a game that looked like this, that, you know, is clearly can be played multiple ways, mind you, multiplayer and single player. There's multiplayer rating, single player rating, turn-based combat, there's action combat. There's a variety of gameplay styles in this game, keep in mind, that are literally friendly to console gaming. I would have literally put this on everything. Or hell, if it was me, I would have, you know, maybe used the Switch even as a testing ground, since it's, you know, you can tell by its heart it's a mobile game. But PC and mobile only for a spin-off like this. And especially, you know, it's something new to the Blade and Soul series. It's not the typical Blade and Soul MMO you want to do. So you would want to try and get this into more hands so more people, you know, give it a chance. But nah, we're going to do the same thing we always do. We're going to come up with Blade and Soul after Blade and Soul after Blade and Soul, and we're going to keep ignoring the one platform that keeps asking for Blade and Soul because we're dumb. Guys, when are they going to get it? I don't even know what to say anymore. Whew. Multi-platform gaming is so much of the future that even Xbox gave up. Even Xbox said, yo, we're going to release our games on everything now. Because we get it. Now, Sony and Nintendo, they still keeping their exclusives good. Now, in all fairness, when it comes to Xbox, there's a lot of mistakes they made that pushed them into the corner they're in. But guess what? Even a console dev sees that multi-platform is the future. Hence why, you know, they just announced a handheld and put their games on literally everything. Gears of War is coming to PlayStation. Alright? Halo is rumored for PlayStation and Switch. The biggest, most profitable company probably in the world, thanks to Bill Gates, gets it. Microsoft. But these other game devs don't. Oh boy. Y'all niggas literally looked at Fortnite and just said, hey, yeah, we're gonna copy the battle pass and the battle royale, but nothing else. Yep, take their monetization, not their strategy, because, you know, that's gonna give us the success we need. I know, guys, I know. I'm rambling on. Forgive me. Leave y'all thoughts in the comments. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.